We've all been there. You're sitting across from a man who seems perfect on paper. The conversation is flowing, the chemistry is electric, and he's saying all the right things. He tells you he's looking for something serious. He tells you he's never met anyone like you. But deep down, in that quiet space in your gut, something feels off. There is a disconnect between the story he is telling and the energy he is projecting. The truth is, words are incredibly easy to rehearse. Anyone can memorize a script to get what they want in the moment, but the human body operates on a much more primal, honest level. According to behavioral psychologists, over 90% of our communication is nonverbal. While his mouth is busy selling you a fantasy, his hands, his eyes, and even the direction of his feet are likely screaming the truth. If you want to stop wasting your emotional currency on people who have no intention of staying, you have to learn how to read the silent language of attraction and deception. Today, we are breaking down 5 specific body language cues that prove a man is hiding his true relationship intentions. The first cue involves the most honest part of the human body, and surprisingly, it isn't the face. It's the torso and the feet, governed by what experts call the Navel Rule. Think about how you feel when you're truly excited to see someone. You square your shoulders, you face them directly, and your entire body is open to them. This is called ventral fronting. In evolutionary terms, we are exposing our most vulnerable organs to the person we trust. However, if a man is hiding the fact that he's only looking for something casual, or if he's emotionally checked out, his body will subconsciously prepare for an exit. You'll notice that while he might be looking at you, his torso is angled toward the door or the hallway. His feet might be pointed away from you. This is known as bladed posture. It is a psychological half-out move. If he rarely faces you fully during deep conversations, he is literally creating a physical path for his escape. He is protecting his emotional core because he has no intention of letting you in. When a man is truly invested in a future with you, he creates a bubble of intimacy where his physical presence is focused entirely on you, making you feel like the only person in the room. If he's constantly angled away, he's already looking for the next thing. The second cue is much more subtle and far more chilling. It's the micro-expression of contempt. Research conducted by the Gottman Institute has shown that contempt is the single greatest predictor of a breakup. But what does it look like in the early stages of dating? Contempt manifests as a quick, one-sided pull of the lip, almost like a half-smirk or a sneer. It happens in a fraction of a second. You might see it when you talk about your day, when you express a personal boundary, or when you mention your long-term goals. While he might verbally agree with you, that tiny smirk reveals that he feels a sense of superiority or dismissiveness toward your needs. A man who is hiding his intentions often uses this micro-expression because, in his mind, he knows he isn't going to fulfill the promises he's making. He views the relationship as a game he is winning. If you catch that asymmetrical smirk when you're being vulnerable, take it as a massive red flag. Real love and serious intentions are built on a foundation of mutual respect. Contempt is the opposite of respect. It is the silent sound of someone who doesn't value your heart as much as their own convenience. The third cue is the presence of physical barriers. When we feel guilty or like we are hiding a secret, we subconsciously try to put objects between ourselves and the person who might see through us. In the dating world, this happens right on the dinner table. Pay close attention to how he handles his environment. Does he place his phone directly between you and him like a plastic wall? Does he keep his menu up long after he's decided what to eat? Does he clutter the space with glasses and napkins? This is called barrier behavior. By creating a physical obstacle, he is creating a psychological buffer that prevents true intimacy. Contrast this with a man who is genuinely interested in a deep connection. That man will subconsciously clear the runway between you. He'll move the candle to the side, set his phone far away, and lean into your space. Furthermore, look at his arms. While crossing arms can sometimes just mean someone is cold, if he locks his arms tightly across his chest the moment the conversation turns toward feelings or the future, he is physically guarding his heart. He is signaling that the topic is off limits and that his true intentions are under lock and key. The fourth cue is the lack of public claiming and the proximity gap. There is a significant difference between a man who wants you in private and a man who wants the world to know you are his. This is where many women get confused because the chemistry behind closed doors is so strong. But the truth is revealed the moment you step out into the street. Watch how he walks with you. Does he stay by your side, perhaps with a hand on the small of your back or holding your hand? Or does he walk 2 paces ahead of you, leaving you to catch up? This proximity gap is a subconscious declaration of independence. If he walks ahead of you, he is signaling to the environment that he is a solo agent. He is literally not claiming the space with you. Additionally, watch for the flinch. If you reach out to touch his arm or adjust his shirt in a public setting and he stiffens, pulls back, or looks around nervously, he is terrified of being perceived as a couple. This is a clear sign that he is keeping his options open or that he is hiding your relationship from someone else. A man who is serious about you will engage in mate guarding. Not in a jealous or toxic way, but in a way that says, I am proud to be with this person. If he treats you like a secret in public, he's never going to treat you like a priority in private. The fifth and final cue is the disconnect in eye contact, specifically the scanning gaze. We've often been told that if someone can't look you in the eye, they're lying. However, seasoned manipulators know this and will often overcompensate by staring you down. The real tell is the quality of the gaze. When a person is being honest and accessing real emotions, their eyes will move naturally. They might look down to check in with their feelings or to the side to recall a memory. But a man who is constructing a lie about his intentions will often have shifty eyes or a scanning gaze. If you ask him a serious question about where he sees the two of you in 6 months, and his eyes start darting around the room looking for a distraction, a waiter, a TV screen, or other people, it's because his brain is experiencing cognitive load. He is struggling to maintain the lie while his subconscious is looking for an escape from the pressure of the truth. You might also see him rub his eyes or shield them. This is a pacifying behavior. He is literally trying to block out the difficult question because he doesn't have an honest, positive answer to give you. When you start looking for these cues, you'll realize that the body never stops talking. One cue in isolation might just be a sign of a bad day or social anxiety. But when you see 3 or 4 of these behaviors clustering together, the message is undeniable. You are dealing with someone who is not being transparent with you. It can be painful to realize that the person you're excited about isn't on the same page. But knowing the truth now saves you months or even years of heartache later. You deserve a partner whose body language matches their words, someone who faces you fully, who clears the barriers between you, and who proudly claims you in front of the world. Trust your eyes over your ears, and more importantly, trust your intuition. If his body is telling you he isn't the one, believe it the first time. You have the power to choose who gets access to your life, so choose someone who is all in, both in word and in action.